Straight all day.
Now tuned into the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day, to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. What's that, Dre? That is go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques, all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called work on your game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is how to get known and stay known. Now, before we get into this, let me tell you about it. I have a daily motivation text message. You should notice I send this out every single day to everyone who's in my text community. Only way you don't notice is if this is your first time listening to the show. If so, welcome to the show. Text me at this number right now. You're new. Here's the number, 305-384-6894. And every day when I send that message out, starting tomorrow morning, unless you happen to listen to this very early, you'll be getting the daily motivation text tomorrow, every single day subsequently, as long as I keep it as a daily motivation text. I always withhold the right to change it to not being daily, but for now it's a daily motivation text. So text me right now so you're in my text community. Either way, and you'll be able to text directly with me, because I do actually go through my texts and respond to people's messages every single day. So text me at that number right now. Secondly, the best place, the only place, I should stop saying the best place, the best and only place for you to take the next step in your work on your game journey. If you want to work directly with me, if you want to learn directly from me, if you want to take your game where it's supposed to be in your business right now, you want to take your life. I'm talking about your mindset when it comes to the strategies that you employ, when it comes to the systems that you are using, and when it comes to executing and getting everything where it's supposed to be in your life, the way you've been having it in your dreams and in your goals for years, but you haven't gotten there yet. You're ready to actually get there. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com, where you can work directly with me. I have coaching programs there. I have 30 plus courses there. I send physical mailings out every single month. We take care of you. We're going to load you up and make sure you have everything you need to take your game where it needs to be, so you can stop dabbling and stop thinking about it and dreaming about it, and we can start actually making it happen. If that sounds good, go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Do that while you're listening to me talk. Now, let's get into the topic of the day, today's business, which is how to get and stay known. Now, you have heard me talk about marketing. You've heard me talk about getting your name out there. You hear me talk about this all the time. And when you listen to this show, what do I say in the introduction? Putting yourself out there boldly and authentically, putting yourself out there. Yourself, your work, whatever you represent, you got to put it out there. That's the only way anybody will know that you exist. Keep in mind, everybody, that in the world that we're in today, we are living in an attention economy. Attention and collaboration economy. I've talked about the collaboration economy in episode 2293, and I'm talking about attention more times than I probably am even going to mention to you right here, because there are way too many of them. Episode 2375, never criticize somebody for trying to get attention. That's what you're supposed to do. Episode number 1920, how to turn attention into revenue. Episode 1850, 3 strategies to cut through the fat and get attention. Episode 1760, a 4-step framework for promoting your stuff and getting attention. Episode 1511, the art of drawing attention. And so you can see where I'm going here. I'm not going to list all of them because we got too many episodes where I talked about attention. But you got to understand that all of this is based on people knowing your name, and this is an era that we're living through. So this is not a fad or like something that's going to come and go. This is something that is going to be around. So today's episode, you need to listen closely, and not just listen closely. You need to be taking notes on what I'm saying, and then you need to go implement the things that I'm telling you, and then you need to go to workonyourgameuniversity.com so I can help you with the implementation. I can help you with the how to do these things. I'm gonna tell you what to do. Now, you want to know how to do them and how do they specifically apply to you and your situation, your industry, your product, your service. That's where you come into the university, so we can go deeper into this, so you understand not just the tactic, which is I'm going to tell you the things to do, but you need to understand the underlying systems, and you need to understand the underlying principles that go with it. I'll explain all of that when you come into the university, again, at workonyourgameuniversity.com. Now let's get into it. Point number 1. Topic, once again, is how to get known and how to stay known. Number 1, you must have a system for outreach. Have a system for outreach. Since we are in the collaboration era, and it is not going away, and our entire economy is based on people collaborating with and working with each other, that is also not going away. That means you need to get involved in this, which means you need a system for continually doing it. This is not something that you're going to do one time. If this was a fad and I said, all right, you want to jump in this, you could jump in, but if you don't, you can sit on the sideline, this is going to go away. This is not a fad. This is something that's sticking around, which means you need to get involved, which means you need to see what's happening, how is it happening, and how can I get myself engaged in this. And the way to best be engaged in anything is to have a system so that you can stay continually involved in it. You're not just dipping your toes in and going away and dipping in every now and then. Because first of all, that's not going to get you consistent results, number one. Number two, nobody's going to notice or remember you, and that defeats the whole purpose of a collaboration economy. The whole topic here today is about getting known and staying known. So if you don't have a process for getting known and staying known, then it's not going to happen. You need a process for doing these things. They don't just randomly occur, everybody. So you need a system for continually having people who don't know you yesterday, who didn't know you yesterday, to know who you are today. Let me say that sentence again. You need a system for continually having people who didn't know you yesterday to know you today. How do you actually do that? So what is your system? If you don't have one, you need one. All right, that's the point. The good news is you don't have to create this system from scratch. All you have to do is collaborate with someone who already has a system and let them show you what they do. And ideally, if this person is any good, and not everybody's good, I'm good, but not everybody is good. If they're any good, they can show you how you can take what they do and you can apply it to what you do, even though it may not be done the exact same way, because you're a different person. You have a different personality. You may be in a different industry. You may be, and you're offering something that's a little bit different than what they're offering. Or unless you happen to work for this person, then otherwise you're going to need to make some adjustments from what they do to what you do. All right, so collaborating with another person. So that's a form of collaboration. All right, getting help from another person is a collaboration because they're offering you knowledge. You're the student. That's a collaboration. All right, you go to school, you're collaborating with the teacher. Hopefully the teacher's good. Again, that's why I got a university, so I can give you a real life education. We will collaborate. You can collaborate with me. Do you think I can help you? You listen to the show enough? You think I can help you get to where you want to go in the areas in which I'm an expert, the things you hear me talk about? If so, then why are we not collaborating right now? That's an open question, and I'm leaving to you. It's not like I haven't made the offer to you. Why are we not collaborating? If you believe that, and you're saying yes to yourself, what are you waiting for? Easter Bunny? Anyway, now you get these collaborations in the forms of courses, coaching, programs, masterminds, and other investments that you choose to make. And you've heard me talk about these things many times here on this program. Now, as I told you, the fastest way to move forward in the business world is to use your money to buy time. I did tell you that, right? Everybody heard me say that before, right? I told you about this in episode 2423. On January 1st of this year, this was the topic. Your key for 2023 is multiplication via investment. That was the very first day of the year. I opened the year telling you this is the fastest way for you to move yourself forward. Multiplying by investment. Use your money to achieve outcomes faster and to achieve more outcomes than you would have achieved them on your own. So not only do you get more, you get it faster. Yes, there is a way to do this. The way you do it is via investment. This is why all the highest performing people are investors. So if you don't have a system for outreach, you should be looking at that lack as an emergency situation for you to go and get one. Because I don't care what you do for a living, the more people you are collaborating with who know things, the faster you will get outcomes and the more outcomes you will achieve. If you're only dependent on yourself, hopefully you're a genius at what you do, but if you ain't, all right, everything that you don't know is costing you money every single day. Point number 2. Today's topic, once again, is how to get and stay known. Number 2, you are in the marketing business, just in case anybody didn't know. I talked about marketing, again, more times on this show than I am going to list here, but I told you in episode 1897 that marketing is a lifetime job. Episode 1835, the 3 marketing traffic strategies and how to use each one. Episode number 2315, how to be a bold marketer. Episode 1515, you are a marketer, where I explain to you that you are always a marketer. I don't care what you do for a living. It does not matter what you do for a living. You can be a janitor, you can be a school teacher, you can work at the Apple store, you can be a podcaster, you can be an author or a coach or a speaker. You are in the marketing business. The only time the business happens is when you build a relationship with someone who's willing to give you money. Okay? Remember that there are 3 ways to market. You can advertise, you can collaborate, and you can create content. How much of each are you doing on a daily basis? Let me pause and let that question sink in. Do I need to say the question again? There are 3 ways to market: advertising, collaboration, and content. How much of each are you doing on a daily basis? Not once a week, daily basis. If you are not doing these on a daily basis, you are hurting and choking off the life of your business. Your business is dying every day that you're not doing these 3 things. Understand that business occurs when exchanges take place. All right, that's when people know about your products and services, and then they can make an exchange with you because they see that you have this product, costs this much, they're willing to exchange it, they give you the money, you give them the product. Only way people can know about you is if you are out marketing, meaning they have to know that you exist. People don't know you exist, they can't give you money. Does everybody agree with that? Now, you don't have to know anything about business to agree with the logic of the point that I just made. You have to be out marketing. And what do I mean when I say marketing? Let me tell you what marketing is. I'm gonna make it really, really simple for everybody. All right, it means that you are out in the marketplace. That's in the place where people can give you money. That's just the world, period. Letting people know the value of what you offer, how it can help them, and what they need to do to get it. Should I say that again? Need me to say it slower? Let me say it again. Marketing means you are out in the marketplace. That's the place where people exist who can give you money, which is basically the whole world. Letting people know what you offer, why it is valuable for them, what it will do for them, it's kind of the same thing, and what they have to do to get it. That's marketing. You need to be doing this every day. Not when you feel like it, not when you get a notion, not when you're excited, every day. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if your knees hurt. You need to go do it. You need to be marketing every day. This is how the money gets made. If you are not marketing on a daily basis, then you aren't going to be making money on a daily basis. Therefore, you are not doing business. Apple markets every single day. There's a billboard across the street from where I live. Apple has a billboard. That billboard probably costs them 5 figures every month, the space of the billboard. And every month they just change it out to a different Apple advertisement. They're either advertising in the last 8 months, 10 months. The only things they've advertised on that billboard is iPhone about 90% of the time and AirPods 10% of the time. That's pretty much all they advertise. They advertise in one product. Most of the time is the phone. And that's pretty much how Apple makes their money. About 90% of it comes from their phone. But they're always marketing it. You notice that? Everybody already has one. We all got the iPhone. But Apple continues marketing the iPhone. Why? Because if they don't keep telling you about it, you ain't going to keep buying it. All right, that's business. Amazon, Google, Nike, they are continually marketing their products even though you're already a customer. Because they know they got to keep marketing to you for you to keep spending money with them. Now, you, on the other hand, maybe you're not making as much money as them, but you can still copy the mindset of what they're doing. Even if you don't have the resources to do as much of it as they're doing, you need to be doing it. You understand? Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is how to get and stay known in whatever you're doing. Number 3, make yourself noteworthy. What does noteworthy mean? It means you are worthy of someone making a note about you / what you offer / what you do. That's what noteworthy means. You are worthy of a note. A note means I'm going to remember that. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to go to that person's website. I'm going to send myself a text message, remind myself to look this guy up. I'm going to tell my friend about this person. That's what noteworthy means. So what are you doing that makes you noteworthy? What about you makes you noteworthy? Why would somebody remember that you walked past them or shook their hand or stepped on the stage or had an advertisement that came across their feed? What about you makes you noteworthy? If you can't answer the question, then you're probably not noteworthy. What are you saying, doing, or presenting that will make people notice and remember you? You should know. And if you don't have anything, then you should be intentionally looking for things to do this with. This is why I did episode number 2375. If you ever hear somebody say, well, that person's just trying to get attention, and they're saying it in a disparaging way as if that's some kind of criticism, all right, that's stupid. Everybody's supposed to be trying to get attention. Trying to get attention is a good idea. All right, so if you're not trying to get attention, what are you doing? Are you doing business or not? Everybody who's in business is trying to get attention. Apple has a 100-foot billboard across the street from my home. Are they trying to get attention? Yes, they are. That's why they pay 5 figures a month for that space. They're trying to get attention. Google. How many people use Google every day? How many of you have used a Google product today? Whether it's Google Chrome, a Google search, maybe some of you may have had a Google phone. Maybe you use, that's pretty much it. Google don't have that many products. So you got the Google search, you got the Google web browser, and maybe you have the Google phone. Most people don't use Google phone. I think Android is made by Google, I think. But forget about Android. Just the Chrome or Google search. How many of you have done a Google search today? Or you use Google Chrome in some way? Or you use, what's the Google products? Google Meet. What's other things Google has? How many of you have used Gmail? Or you either sent or received an email from somebody who has Gmail today, whether you opened the email or not? Damn near everybody. But guess what? Google has billboards the same size as that Apple billboard. Google has billboards that same size down the street. I can see it from my balcony. Those billboards ain't cheap. Why? Because Google wants you to remember them. They want you to remember that they exist, even though you're already using their products, and you probably will keep using them even if they don't advertise. They keep advertising. Once you are out doing things to get attention, there has to be something about you or what you share that makes people remember you and want to work with you or think of you when it's time for them to do something. I understand that, you need to understand rather, that whatever makes you noteworthy may not be the same for person A that it is for person B. In other words, person A might notice one thing about you, but person B notices a completely different thing about you. So your job is to make sure whatever it is about you that will make somebody notice you, you're putting it out there. You're emphasizing it. Make sure that they know that you're there. To your specific audience, you need to know what gets their attention and gets them interested. Again, this is your job to decipher. You got to figure out what this is. Notice what people are responding to. Notice what people are saying to you. All of this is your job to know. So what gets a room full of coders excited is not the same as what gets a room full of, let's say, basketball players excited. It's a different thing. But it is your job to figure this out. It's your job to decipher this. And it is your job to emphasize this out of all proportions so that you can make the sales that you want to make, get the attention that you want to make, and continue drawing that attention, because we're in the economy of drawing attention. If you're unable to draw attention, then you're going to be unable to consistently do business. Again, the economy we live in today is driven by attention. All right, all that said, let's recap today's class, which is how to get and stay known. We live in an attention and collaboration economy. Both are based on people knowing your name, so that's what this is about. Point number one, have a system for outreach. You need a way to continually, that's the key word here, continually get yourself in front of people who may be interested in buying from you and doing business with you. Social media is one of those ways to do it, but there are ways to be more specific and more direct about it. So don't get lazy and say, well, hey, I post a video to YouTube every day, or I put something on LinkedIn, or I put a post on Twitter, or my Facebook status update. You need to be much more intentional about this, because the way that you're reaching out to people needs to be a way where you're actually asking them to reach back, actually asking them to respond. You need a way of doing that. And again, I've talked about this in many episodes here at the show. And if you don't have a system for doing this, here's the good news. You don't have to come up with one. Go collaborate with someone who already has one. And I told you, inside of Working Your Game University, I will show you exactly how this is done. But I can't make you want to get serious about your business and the attention that you're drawing if you're not serious about it. I can only offer it to you. Point number two, you're in the marketing business. How much marketing are you doing every day? Remember, there are three ways to market: advertising, collaboration, and content. You need to be doing all three every single day. If you're not doing all three every single day, you're doing your business a disservice, and you are literally costing yourself money, because the money that you're not making by the people who don't know that you exist, but they would buy from you if they knew that you were out there. So you're, again, not doing business if you're not trying to get attention. Number three, make yourself noteworthy. What are you saying, doing, or presenting that will make people notice and remember you? Once you are out doing things to get attention, it needs to be something about you or what you share that makes people remember you and want to work with you. All right, people, again, what's noteworthy to one person may not be noteworthy to another person. So you got to have a mix of messages that you're putting out there, so you're catching the eyes and ears of the right people at the right time. Again, what I'm interested in January, I might be looking for something completely different in July. So you got to be putting your messages out there consistently enough that what I'm thinking about in January, I notice you. And what I'm thinking about in July, I also notice you, even though they're two different things. That is your job to stay active in the marketplace. All that said, text me. Tell me the best insight you got from today's class. My number is 305-384-6894. And secondly, workonyourgameuniversity.com. Get into my business builder course. Get into my sell yourself course, my content machine course, my work on your game system course, all of which have sections where I explain how to get yourself out there, get your name out there, how to put a system and a strategy in place so that you're doing this continuously, not just doing it randomly. All said, again, workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre all day.